What if the pennies sitting in your change jar were actually worth thousands of dollars? Welcome to HD Coins World, where today we're uncovering 5 ultra-rare and insanely valuable wheat pennies that could turn a single cent into a small fortune. These aren't just coins, they're hidden treasures of American history that collectors are fighting to own. Stay with me, because you might already have one of these in your collection right now. Number 1. Have you ever wondered if a simple old wheat penny sitting in your change jar could secretly be worth thousands of dollars? Imagine pulling out a coin that looks ordinary, but collectors worldwide would pay a fortune to own. Today, we're diving into one of the most legendary rarities in American coin history, the ultra-rare and highly valuable 1955 wheat penny with no mint mark. Stay tuned, because the shocking price this coin has sold for will leave you speechless. And later I'll also reveal which wheat penny holds the record for the highest auction price ever achieved. The story of the 1955 wheat penny begins in the post-World War II era, when the United States Mint was striking millions of coins for everyday commerce. But something unusual happened in 1955 at the Philadelphia Mint. A small number of pennies were struck with a dramatic double-die error that made the date and inscriptions appear doubled, creating one of the most famous era coins in U.S. history. This mistake instantly turned an ordinary penny into a treasure hunt for collectors, and even today, it remains one of the most talked about coins in American numismatics. When you look closely at this 1955 wheat penny, its unique features are impossible to miss. The date, 1955, appears boldly doubled, and the inscriptions, Liberty and In God We Trust, are clearly misaligned, giving the coin a shadow-like appearance. Unlike minor errors that require magnification, this dramatic doubling can be seen with the naked eye, making it one of the most exciting discoveries for collectors hunting through pocket change and coin rolls. Visualize this: an average penny suddenly transformed into a masterpiece of minting history, with collectors chasing after it for decades. But what makes this coin truly rare is not just its striking appearance, but also its extremely limited supply. Only about 20,000 of these era pennies are believed to exist, and far fewer survive in pristine condition today. Coins found in circulation often show heavy wear, but those preserved in mint-state grades are astonishingly rare and command jaw-dropping prices at auction. Collectors are willing to pay extraordinary amounts to own this piece of history, and the demand has only increased with time. Now let's talk about the real market value of this coin today, because this is where things get unbelievable. In January of 2005, the famous auction house Heritage Auctions sold a gem mint-state example of the 1955 double-die penny for an incredible $114,000. Think about that for a second, a coin worth 1 cent originally, selling for over $100,000 in front of stunned bidders. Even today, depending on the condition, these coins can sell for thousands of dollars in circulated grades, and tens of thousands in uncirculated condition. That's the power of rarity and demand combined, but here's something even more fascinating. You might be wondering, if the 1955 no mint mark double-die penny is worth so much, then which wheat penny holds the title for the highest auction price ever? The answer lies with the legendary 1943 copper wheat penny, a coin struck by mistake when a few copper planchets slipped through during World War II. In January of 2010, one of these rare copper cents sold for an astonishing $1,700,000 at Heritage Auctions, setting the all-time record for a wheat penny. That's right, a simple penny that could have been spent at the corner store became one of the most valuable coins in American history. So, what should you look for if you want to hunt down one of these treasures yourself? Start by checking old coin jars, inherited collections, and rolls of pennies from banks or coin dealers. Pay close attention to the date, 1955, and make sure the doubling is clear and bold to the naked eye. Be cautious of counterfeits, because the popularity of this coin has led to many fakes, but a genuine one will always show strong doubling on the lettering and numbers, not just faint shadows. If you think you found one, have it authenticated by a reputable grading service to confirm its value. For collectors and treasure hunters alike, condition is everything. A worn 1955 penny can still bring in several $1,000s, But a sharp, bright, uncirculated example can change your life with the right buyer at auction. These coins remain in constant demand, and every year new collectors enter the market, driving up competition and keeping values strong. It's the thrill of the hunt that makes this coin so exciting. The idea that you could still uncover one in an old box of coins or in circulation today. The 1955 wheat penny with no mint mark stands as one of the greatest era coins ever created, a coin born from mistake but celebrated as a masterpiece of American coinage. Its history, its rarity, and its unbelievable auction prices make it one of the most desired coins in the world, and it reminds us that treasures can sometimes be hiding right in plain sight. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed learning about this incredible coin, make sure to hit the like button, leave a comment to share if you've ever found a rare penny in your change, and subscribe for more amazing coin stories and real auction prices. This is where history meets treasure, and you don't want to miss what's coming next. Number 2. Check your coin jars, your change, and even old boxes in the attic, because one rare wheat penny from 1944 with an S mint mark could turn you into a millionaire overnight. Collectors are still hunting for these coins today, and I'll show you exactly what to look for and why they're worth a fortune. Imagine holding a penny that looks so ordinary, yet it could make you a fortune overnight. One single coin that collectors around the world dream of owning, a coin that shouldn't even exist. Today we're diving into the story of the ultra-rare and most valuable 1944 steel wheat penny with the San Francisco Mint mark, one of the most famous and mysterious era coins in American history. Stay tuned until the end because the shocking auction prices will blow your mind, and I'll also reveal how much this coin has brought at major auctions in the United States. Back in 1943, the United States Mint switched from copper to steel pennies due to World War II shortages. Copper was needed for ammunition and military equipment, so pennies were struck in zinc-coated steel for just 1 year. But in 1944, production returned to copper, and steel pennies were supposed to be gone forever. Somehow, a few leftover steel planchets slipped through the presses at the San Francisco Mint, creating the nearly mythical 1944 steel wheat penny. Only a handful were ever struck, making them one of the rarest coins in U.S. history. When you look at this coin, its unique features are instantly recognizable. It has the bright, silvery appearance of the 1943 steel cent, but the date on the obverse clearly reads 1944 with the S mint mark below it. That combination should not exist, and that's exactly why collectors go crazy over it. The reverse still carries the classic wheat ears design, but the metallic luster is the giveaway. Unlike all the copper pennies from that year, this one shines like steel, standing out as an anomaly in the world of U.S. coinage. The rarity of the 1944 steel penny cannot be overstated. Experts believe that fewer than 30 examples may exist in total, and even fewer survive in mint state condition today. This makes the coin not just rare but legendary. Collectors place it in the same league as the 1943 copper penny, both coins that came into existence purely by mistake, but both now considered priceless treasures in American history. Now let's talk about the jaw-dropping values these coins have reached at auction. In August of 2008, Heritage Auction sold a brilliant example of the 1944 steel penny for an unbelievable $373,750. That's right, a single penny worth less than 1 cent at face value sold for nearly $400,000 in front of stunned bidders. Even circulated examples of this coin, if genuine, are worth tens of thousands of dollars today, while high-grade mint state pieces are among the crown jewels of American numismatics. Think about that for a second. A coin so small that it could be lost in your couch cushions is worth more than a luxury sports car. That is the magic of rarity, history, and collector demand coming together in one extraordinary coin. It proves that the world of coins isn't just a hobby. It's a treasure hunt that can change lives in an instant. So where should you look if you're hoping to find one of these legendary pieces? Start with inherited coin collections, old coin jars, or rolls of pennies from banks and dealers. Remember, this coin will stand out because of its silver-like steel color paired with the 1944 date and the S mint mark. But be careful, because of its fame, counterfeits are everywhere. If you believe you found one, submit it immediately to a top grading company like PCGS or NGC for authentication, because only certified coins will bring the full market value. For collectors, condition is everything. While a heavily worn piece could still fetch tens of thousands, a bright, uncirculated example is the Dream Find, the kind of coin that could set a record at auction. These coins have consistently commanded strong prices because demand is constant and supply will never increase. That's why every serious collector keeps their eyes open, hoping for the discovery of one more genuine 1944 steel penny. The story of this coin is not just about money, it's about history, mystery, and the thrill of the hunt. The 1944 steel wheat penny with the San Francisco Mint mark remains one of the greatest treasures of American coinage, a coin that should never have been struck, yet today stands as a symbol of rarity and value beyond imagination. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this incredible coin story, hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments if you've ever checked your change for rare pennies, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping coin videos with real auction prices. Who knows, your next penny might just be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Number 3. Have you ever held a simple copper wheat penny from 1944 and wondered if it could be worth more than just 1 cent? Millions of these coins were struck during World War II, and most ended up in pockets, drawers, and piggy banks across America. But here's the surprising truth. Some copper 1944 pennies in top condition have sold for thousands of dollars at major auctions, making them far more valuable than most people realize. The history of the 1944 copper wheat penny is fascinating. After producing steel pennies in 1943 to save copper for the war effort, the mint returned to copper in 1944, striking billions of pennies at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. That's why most 1944 pennies are common today, but what separates the valuable ones from the rest is condition. Collectors are willing to pay huge premiums for bright, uncirculated examples with sharp detail and original red luster. Now here's where things get exciting. At heritage auctions, high-grade 1944 copper wheat pennies with no mint mark have sold for over $10,000. Think about that. A coin most people pass around every day for pocket change could actually bring in thousands if it's preserved in pristine mint state condition. This is why collectors carefully search through rolls, jars, and inherited collections, always hoping to spot that one coin in gem condition. But just when you think the story ends here, it takes an incredible turn. Because while almost every 1944 penny was struck in copper, a few mistakes happened inside the mint. A tiny number of leftover steel planchets from 1943 were accidentally struck with the 1944 date, creating one of the rarest coins in U.S. history, the 1944 steel wheat penny, and this is where the values explode. While the copper version can bring in thousands, the steel version has shattered records. In August of 2008, Heritage Auctions sold a genuine 1944 steel penny for an unbelievable $373,750. Imagine that, one penny selling for nearly $400,000, changing a collector's life forever. This is why the 1944 penny is one of the most talked about coins in U.S. history. On one side, you have the copper version, common yet still valuable in mint condition. On the other, you have the steel version, so rare that only a few exist, making it a dream find for treasure hunters worldwide. Both coins tell a story of wartime America, mistakes at the mint, and the thrill of discovering a fortune in something as small as a penny. So here's my tip. If you have a 1944 copper penny, check its condition carefully. If it's bright red and uncirculated, it could be worth thousands. And if you ever come across a silvery 1944 penny that sticks to a magnet, you may have found one of the greatest rarities in American coinage, a coin that could bring you hundreds of thousands of dollars at auction. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed learning the story of the 1944 copper and steel wheat pennies, hit that like button, leave a comment if you've ever checked your change for rare coins, and don't forget to subscribe for more incredible coin stories with real auction prices. Who knows, the next penny you find might just change your life. Number 4. Have you ever wondered if a simple penny sitting in your change jar could actually be worth thousands of dollars? Imagine holding a coin that most people overlook, yet collectors fight over in auction houses for jaw-dropping prices. Today, we're diving into the world of the ultra-rare and most valuable 1937 wheat penny with no mint mark, a coin that might just be hiding in plain sight. The story of the 1937 penny begins in the middle of the Great Depression, when every cent truly mattered to American families. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint with no mint mark, this coin features the classic design of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, with the reverse showing the iconic wheat stalks that gave these coins their famous name, wheat pennies. Billions were minted, yet only a tiny fraction have survived in pristine condition, making them highly sought after by collectors worldwide. What makes the 1937 no-mint mark wheat penny so unique is not just its design, but its connection to history. This was a time when Americans were struggling, saving every coin, and very few pennies were carefully preserved. Most circulated heavily, meaning finding a bright red uncirculated example today is like finding treasure hidden in plain sight. The scarcity of high-grade coins has made them some of the most desirable Lincoln cents in the market. Collectors are especially drawn to unique features that set these coins apart. The strong strike from the Philadelphia Mint, the clean lettering around the rim, and the original red luster are the hallmarks of value. Even small details like sharp wheat stalks or clear lines in Lincoln's hair can turn a simple penny into a fortune. These characteristics are what grading services look for when certifying top-condition examples, and the higher the grade, the higher the price climbs at auction. Now let's talk about condition and rarity, because this is where the 1937 penny shines the brightest. Common circulated examples may only be worth a few dollars, but when you step into the world of mint state and gem red condition coins, the values soar into the thousands. The demand is constant, and collectors know that with every year that passes, these coins become harder to find in untouched quality. Here's the exciting part that will shock you. At Heritage Auctions in April 2019, a stunning 1937 no-mint mark wheat penny graded MS68 red by PCGS sold for an unbelievable $17,625. That's right, a single penny, worth less than a candy bar in 1937, crossed the auction block for over $17,000 today. This record sale proves the incredible power of rarity and condition in the coin collecting world. So, what should collectors look for if they're hunting this treasure? First, focus on color. Bright red examples with original mint luster are worth the most. Next, check for sharp details. Look at the wheat stalks on the reverse and Lincoln's features on the obverse. If the coin shows full detail without wear, it's worth grading. And finally, search in old coin jars, inherited collections, and estate sales. You'd be surprised how many valuable coins have been tucked away for decades, waiting to be discovered. The collector demand for the 1937 penny is huge, and auction records prove that the market for this coin is stronger than ever. With investors and hobbyists both driving up demand, the opportunity to find and profit from this coin has never been more exciting. Every year, more people enter the world of coin collecting, and the spotlight on rare wheat pennies like this one only grows brighter. Thank you so much for watching this video about the ultra-rare and valuable 1937 wheat penny with no mint mark. If you enjoyed this story, please like the video, leave a comment telling us if you've ever found an old wheat penny in your change, and don't forget to subscribe for more amazing coin stories with real auction prices. Who knows? The next penny you discover could be worth thousands of dollars and change your life forever. Number 5. Imagine holding a small copper coin that most people think is worth only 1 cent, yet in the right condition it has sold for thousands of dollars at major auctions. This is not a myth or an exaggeration. The 1953 wheat penny struck at the San Francisco Mint is one of those special pieces of American history that can completely change the way you look at pocket change. Before you ever spend another penny, you need to know why this coin has collectors across the world hunting for it with incredible passion. The year was 1953, a time when the United States was recovering from the challenges of war and moving into an era of prosperity and growth. In the middle of that time, the San Francisco Mint produced wheat pennies that carry not only the famous Lincoln design but also a piece of America's story struck directly into copper. Over 181 million pennies were minted in San Francisco that year, but only a small fraction of them survive today in top condition, and that is where the rarity begins to reveal itself. The beauty of the 1953's wheat penny lies in its unique features that make it stand out to collectors. On the obverse, you'll find the classic portrait of Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner, a design that had already become a national icon since its debut in 1909. Flip it over, and you are greeted with the bold wheat ears on either side of the words 1 cent, giving the coin its beloved name, Wheat Penny. What collectors look for in the 1953's specifically is not only the sharpness of strike and luster but also the bold clarity of the small S mint mark under the date, a tiny detail that makes a world of difference in value, even though millions were minted. The truth is that most 1953's pennies went into circulation and quickly picked up scratches, wear, and discoloration. To find one in pristine mint state is exceptionally rare, and that's where the market goes wild. High-grade 1953's wheat pennies graded MS67 by PCGS or NGC have become legendary among collectors. These coins display blazing original red luster, nearly flawless surfaces, an eye appeal that makes them pop under the light like freshly struck copper straight from the mint. Auction records prove just how much demand there is for this coin. At a heritage auction sale in April 2004, an extraordinary 1953's wheat penny graded MS67RD by PCGS shocked the numismatic world when it sold for over $7,000. And the story doesn't end there. In later years, similar top-grade examples have continued to bring thousands at both Heritage and Stack's Bowers auction houses, keeping this coin at the top of every collector's wish list. Remember, we're talking about a single penny that many people would never look twice at, yet in the right condition, it becomes a small copper fortune. For collectors, the message is clear: condition is everything. If you come across a 1953's wheat penny in your collection, don't dismiss it because of its common date. Look closely for sharp details, original red luster, and minimal marks on Lincoln's cheek and jawline. Coins stored carefully since the 1950s, away from humidity and damage, can surprise you with their beauty and market value. That is why collectors always say, never overlook a wheat penny, because you never know when you've got a hidden gem in your hands. So where can you find this coin today? Believe it or not, many people still discover them in old jars, inherited collections, estate sales, and sometimes even in pocket change if you're lucky. Roll hunting through bank-wrapped penny rolls is another exciting way to search, and countless collectors have built their fortunes by simply being patient and looking through thousands of coins until a rare beauty appears. The thrill of discovery is part of what makes coin collecting one of the most rewarding hobbies in the world. The 1953's wheat penny is more than just a coin, it's a piece of United States history, a treasure from San Francisco's minting legacy, and a symbol of how even the smallest copper coin can hold massive value when rarity, condition, and demand come together. Collectors continue to chase it, investors watch its market, and lucky hunters dream of one day finding it shining in a pile of ordinary change. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the fascinating story of the 1953's wheat penny. If you enjoyed learning about this ultra-rare and valuable coin, make sure to hit that like button, leave a comment below to share if you've ever come across a wheat penny in your collection. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another story about rare coins that could be sitting in your very own pocket right now. Thanks a lot for watching, and until next time, happy hunting!